The figure of Thalhah bin Ubaydillah is one of the companions of the Prophet Muhammad SAW with a life journey full of struggles, and he dedicated it to Islam. So it would be a good thing if we imitate the story and noble nature it has. Thalhah bin Ubaydillah came from Quraysh, born about 16 years before the sending of the Prophet Muhammad SAW. Thalhah bin Ubaydillah became one of the 10 companions of the Prophet Muhammad who was guaranteed to enter heaven. The story of Thalhah bin Ubaydillah until he finally became a Muslim began when he and his entourage headed for Sham. While in Busra, a priest asked Thalhah bin Ubaydillah's entourage about a man named Ahmad bin Abdullah bin Abdul Muttalib, who was the seal of the prophets, had appeared. Later he will migrate from your country to a land of black rocks with lots of date palms. He will move to a land that is fertile and prosperous, emitting water and salt. You better meet him soon, young man, explained the priest. After hearing what the priest said, Thalhah bin Ubaydillah decided to return to Mecca to ask for the truth. After learning the truth that there was a man named Muhammad bin Abdullah who said he was a prophet, and Abu Bakr as-Siddiq believed and followed him. Without thinking twice, Thalhah met Abu Bakr as-Siddiq and asked about the appearance of a prophet, and Abu Bakr followed him. Abu Bakr answered and explained Muhammad's story from the incident in the cave of Hira to the revelation of the first verse. Then he asked Thalhah to become a Muslim. After recounting his meeting with the priest in Busra, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq invited Thalhah to meet the Prophet Muhammad and tell him about the meeting. Until finally Thalhah bin Ubaydillah uttered 2 sentences of creed and embraced Islam in the presence of the Prophet. He had to face various challenges after embracing a religion that Allah blessed, including his family, who were very angry and disappointed to hear this news. Many efforts have been made by his family to be able to make Thalhah return to his previous religion. But Thalhah is firm in his stance to remain a Muslim. The Uhud War was a witness when Thalhah bin Ubaydillah received the title Assyahidul Hayy. At that time the Muslims were divided, and the only ones left with Rasulullah were 11 Ansars and Thalhah bin Ubaydillah from the Muhajirin. Thalhah bin Ubaydillah was always the first to volunteer to fight. But he was always detained until finally, after 11 Ansar died, he was left with Rasulullah SAW. With great enthusiasm for jihad, Thalhah bin Ubaydillah lunged at the enemy and refused to approach Rasulullah SAW. This is an attempt to protect the Prophet. Then he lifted Rasulullah SAW alone to the hill, then attacked again until not a few infidels were killed. This war made Thalhah bin Ubaydillah unconscious, because there were 79 wounds from sword slashes, spear punctures and arrow throwing all over his body. Even one wrist was broken. This event earned him the nickname Living Martyr or Assyahidul Hayy. From Jabir bin Abdullah radiyallahu anhuma, he heard the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam say, "Who wants to see a martyr walking on the face of the earth, look at Thalhah bin Ubaydillah." Another history tells that another nickname given to Thalhah bin Ubaydillah from the events of the Uhud War was Eagle on the day of Uhud.